Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to share my thoughts. Firstly, I would like to commend Chris and the Landbouweekblad team, as well as Francois Strydom and Senves, for taking the initiative to put this conference together. I think you deserve a round of applause. So in my younger days, for those of you who are good with maths, that will be about 5 years ago, I loved dancing, and specifically socky. And I remember I went to a dance in Bloemfontein with a school friend of mine, Johan. And as we get to the dance, Johan immediately asked the first lady, the first girl, to dance. And the shy guy that I am, I was standing there at the back for hours, trying to get the courage to ask the first lady to dance. And driving back home that night, Johan said to me, this for him was the best dance in a very long time. And I said to him, no, for me it was very different. I think I've totally wasted my time. I didn't enjoy it at all. How is it possible? We were at the same dance. Johan felt it was the best dance ever, and I've wasted my time. What was the difference? Johan was on the dance floor. He was an active participant. He asked every single lady available that evening to dance. Whilst I was standing on the side criticizing. And if I reflect over the past 2 days, I was really amazed to see how many people are already on the dance floor, making a difference in the rural communities of South Africa. It's an old saying to say that when it comes to breakfast, both the chicken and the pig are involved, but the difference is that the pig is committed. And where I farm, in our community, there's a lot of chickens with strong opinions, but only very few pigs. And I was just thinking now, it comes to mind, Johan Kotze was part of the pork producer organization in his previous life. So I'm sure that between Johan and Doc Fafa here on my left, they should have some thoughts in terms of how do we transform chickens into pigs. But I will leave that to you. The rural communities of the rural areas is close to my heart, but also to that of CNH. And for 2 reasons. Firstly is we want to make sure that our customers, the user and buyer of our machines, the producers, the farmers, are sustainable. Now, sustainable means different things to different people, but I think amongst others, we would want to make sure that the rural environment or communities is a safe place for the farmer with his or her family to stay, for the farm workers to stay. Secondly is we own and operate infrastructure in the rural areas, so it's also important for us to manage and protect our balance sheet. A couple of years ago, I drove through the town of Balfour. Now, for those of you who don't know, Balfour is basically on the border of Gauteng and Mpumalanga. Used to be a beautiful, beautiful little town. And when I drove through Balfour, I was saddened to see the state of the town. And with most businesses, if not all, operated by foreigners. Now, I don't have necessarily a problem with foreigners owning and operating businesses. But what's clear was that there was just no ownership and no maintenance in that little town. And that, for me, is the fear of the rural areas in South Africa. Soos Chris genoem het, boer ek self in Noordwes buite Vryburg. Chris, ek mag nie sê dis Kalahari nie, dis glo die Molopo. Maar ek dink dit lyk maar vir my presies dieselfde. Maar altyd 'n voorbeeld. Gedurende 'n lockdown moes een van die 2 algemene handelaars hulle deure sluit op die dorp. En daar was op daai stadium te sprake gewees laat buitelanders die gebouetjie gaan annexeer. En wat by my opgekom het, was hierdie prentjie van Balfour, wat ek 'n paar jaar terug gesien het. Ek en my vrou het besluit om die gebouetjie te koop, en ons het daar 'n koffiewinkel in Delhi begin. Nou op daai stadium het die gemeenskap ons redelik gesigte getrek en hulle mou gelag. Vandag is dit die bymekaar kom plek van Piet Plessis. Nou Piet Plessis moet jy verstaan, daar is meer kuddes en donkies wat rondloop as mense. Maar vir die mamas wat 80, 100, 120 km grondpad moet ry elke dag, wat jare al geskraap was, is dit in die plekkie waar hulle kan sit en wag vir hulle kinders terwyl hulle op die skool is. 'n Klein belegging wat 'n baie groot impak in die gemeenskap gemaak het. I think I leave this conference both surprised and energized by the stories that we've heard over the past 2 days. And I think we should challenge ourselves to say we should identify at least one initiative that we can take back home. And lastly, I want to leave you with a thought, a comment that was made by one of the speakers yesterday to say, if we do not participate in change, we will become the victims of change. Thank you.